Okay, now we're going to do part B of the experiment 13, potential energy of a spring. So we, in the part A, we got the data to make a plot so that we can get the spring constant that we're using. We don't, if you notice up here, there's no display as to what the spring constant is. That's to be determined by by the part A. We determine the spring constant. Now we're going to use energy considerations and see if we get the same answer. I did this experiment earlier, just trying it out, and I got in one case I got an 8% error, the other I got a 14% error. So it's not exact, but it's close. I mean, you might get it better than I did. So if we read the instructions in part B, it's energy conservations. It says resuspend the spring with no mass and measure and record the unstretched distance y0. Okay, so let's take this off, and we're gonna now we're gonna use this bottom. I wish I could turn the ruler around. I can't, so we're just gonna use our brains to figure out the distance. So you can see that the unstretched spring is here at 3 centimeters, which means that y0 is 97 centimeters, or 0.97 meters. So I'm going to put down 0.97 meters from the bottom to the top. The unstretched spring is 97 centimeters, 0.97 meters. Now we're going to lower the, actually we're going to use M1, and M1 in our case was 83. So I'm going to move this to 83. I'm going to, leave everything the same: displacement, mass equilibrium, and movable line. I am going to reduce the damping, because when we put this on here, and if I were to stretch it, see how I can't see how high it goes. So we're going to reduce the damping to none, and you can see how it keeps oscillating, and we'll be able to see where the top is. Let's go ahead and stop that. Now what they want, I don't have to measure how far down it comes. We already did that in the previous, but what we're going to do, okay, we're going to put this movable line, the red line, we're going to put it about where it's at, and it's right at around 15. We'll just call it 15. 15 right there. And the instructions say to pull it down, hang the mass on the spring and pull down 5 to 10 centimeters, record this position as Y2. So this is going to be my target. I'm going to pull it down to here, which I'm going to pull the mass down until this green line hits that red line. And so what is that? Well, from the bottom, it says 20 centimeters, but from the bottom, it's 80. So I'm going to write down 80 centimeters, 0.8 meters as my Y2. That's going to be my Y2 for this M1 of 83 grams. So I release it, and it's oscillating back and forth. I'm going to put it in slow motion. It'll be easier to tell. Let me look and see. Right around there, about, yeah, I'm going to call it there. It's 90 centimeters. I'm going to call it 97 centimeters. 0.9 meters is the highest. If you read the instructions, it says release the mass and estimate the highest position Y1 the mass reaches before reversing direction. So it gets up to 90 centimeters before reversing direction. And so I wrote that down as Y1. And now let's stop it, and let's do that 2 more times. So I put this at 20, and I let this, I pull this down until the arrow just touches. and I release it, and now I move it. So again, the Y2 is still 80. I said 20 because that's what I'm pulling it down to, but the length from 0 is 80 centimeters. And let's go up and see where it, that's too high. Bring it down a little bit. And that looks good. And again, it's at 90. And most likely you're going to get 3 identical measurements. You may not. On one of mine, I didn't. Maybe that's just sloppy work, but you know, it's okay. We're going to average them out to get an average Y1. Okay, so we do that a third time, and you can you use that equation 13.3 to calculate the using on the left-hand side, using the K value that you got, and on the right-hand side, you use the Y2, Y1 to get your data, to calculate the potential energy of the spring. Okay, I think that's all we need, and we'll end it here. Oh, before I do that, before I end it, what you're going to want to do is you're going to use the M2. The M2 was 117, so we move that to 117 and do the same thing. You know, let's stop it. I've already changed to 117. So the quiescent point is right there at the green arrow. So that's at like about 20. So you can move it down to 25. Well, that'll be what? That'll be 0.75, 0.75 meters, 75 centimeters. And then you repeat that. So your Y2 is 75 centimeters. And then your Y1, when you pull this down to the 75 and release it, let's take that up a little bit, release it, then you'll measure up here, and then you get your Y1, and you do that 3 times. Okay, I think that's enough, and we'll stop here.